Well, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. Out here in the beautiful state of New York, you're viewing one of the Finger Lakes. So gorgeous, man. Out here on the Appalachian Mountains, man. You know what I'm saying? We got some great content, some great news stories to go over this morning. I just want to let you guys see, man, Legal Wars Live. We on tour. Good morning. It's your boy Ghost Rider, man. Another day, another dollar, another blessing, another 50 cents, another something, right? If you guys have not, I ask that y'all double tap the screen for me. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel. Make sure y'all hit that notification bell. Man, you think about a vertical live feed, you know what I'm saying, doing political content, man. You know what I'm saying? That's the backdrops I bring y'all every morning. We'll be out here in upstate New York in this location for a couple of more days, you know what I'm saying, until next week. And then we're going to Massachusetts, Connecticut, and to New York City, big New York City, man. I'm so excited about that. Man, we're going to go ahead and jump into the content. As I said, make sure you guys like the video. If you guys have not subscribed to the channel, hit that notification bell. This is a We the People stream live from New York, episode 2, upstate New York. Guys, if you do not know, we release a vlog every single Tuesday since we've been out here on the road. So that means yesterday, We the People 6 came out. I would really appreciate if you guys, when y'all get a chance, y'all go check it out right here, just underneath the video tab. The We the People vlogs, live and tours started January 1st of this year with the Texas tour, and I've been out on tour for 6 months and counting this year alone. That's right, for 6 months and counting, I've been uploading content from new cities and states like I just did this morning. You know what I'm saying? Bringing you guys the news the only way I know how, and giving you guys great political analysis along the way. So the We the People live streams are special because it highlights politicians who are really fighting for the people. I have a group of favorite politicians who have personally witnessed do great things for me personally. You know what I'm saying? I tell these stories all the time. Like, for instance, President Obama's healthcare legislation allowed me to get Blue Cross and Blue Shield to provide the healthcare that allowed me to get the largest check I ever got in my life this May. Before I get into that, number 2, I got $70,000 in debt completely wiped from my credit, man. $70,000 in the last days of the Harris administration. Real $70,000. You know what I'm saying? I had to do a case to get that $18,000 this May, and I was a resident of Texas at the time, residing in Houston, Texas, the same city that Representative Crockett lives in, although she represents the 30th district, which includes the Dallas area, and her office has put in work to improve the lives of the people, the citizens of her community, the citizens in Texas, and I can personally attest to that. Jasmine Crockett fights for the people. Being that I am in New York currently, it's only fitting that today we will go over several news stories. So I'm not just all the way freestyling. Miss Laura, good morning. I'm not always the way freestyling, guys. You know what I'm saying? I'm actually going to do some news stories in which New York's own Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez has stood all 10 toes for the people. So, guys, one more time, as we jump into the news and analysis, I ask that you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and make sure you hit that notification bell, just like Miss Laura down below. Everyone is welcome in this stream. I just ask that you guys be respectful, and like Miss Laura, jump down there, let your voices be heard. Republicans, independents, and Democrats alike. What's up, Pete's mom? Good morning, guys. Good morning. Let's get it started. Let's get the conversation started. One last thing, guys, we do have to pay the bills, and I don't have any sponsors yet, or I'm not taking money from no party or no one else like that, guys. So super chats, super stickers, super thanks, they all start at 99 cents, guys. So that button with that $ in it, all your donations that you do give will be much I appreciate it. Y'all ready to get started? Y'all ready this morning? Good morning, Keanu. He says, do you like Nick Fuentes? Comparisons to Charlie Kirk. I'm not aware of that, sir. If you will put it in the chat, we'll know what you're talking about. And Peace Mom says the KK, we're amazing people, great American history. Guys, the first source that I have for you comes from CNN, September of 2022. Exactly 2 months after President Trump signed his policy mega bill. If you guys have not known, we call it the Big Beautiful Bill. July 4th celebration at the White House, a Virginia healthcare company blamed the law for the closure of 3 rural clinics serving communities along the Blue Ridge Mountains. The closures, Augusta Medical Group said in its statement, were a part of the company's ongoing response to the One Big Beautiful Bill Act and the resulting realities for healthcare delivery. Guys, that is not good news. Look, when we talk about healthcare centers in America closing down as a result of a legislative bill or as a result of legislation, and I know you guys going to be on the left, you guys going to be on the right, primarily on the right, you probably going to have a problem with this. But what I'm saying is there's 3 healthcare companies in Virginia that closed down, and they closed down just months, not a year, just months. And they said they did this because of that legislation. Ken Nunnenkamp, executive director of the Virginia GOP, he pushed back, just like I said, on criticism of the Augusta health closures in a statement to CNN. So he told CNN that Augusta Health, which declined to comment beyond its statements, noticed in its announcement that patients of 2 of the clinics could be reassigned to other facilities less than 10 miles away, and that it would be used as a mobile clinic to serve people affected by the 3rd closure. If 2 health clinics consolidate in order to provide better, more consistent, and more accessible service to the patients from both locations, that is a win for rural communities, Nunnenkamp said in a statement. Guys, the Democrats' strength is in healthcare, okay? If you guys do not know it, I'm telling you now, their strength is in healthcare, and it has been in healthcare for decades, okay? If you missed my intro, President Obama's landmark legislation provided me Blue Cross and Blue Shield insurance through Texas and allowed me to get the appropriate health care that enabled me to receive the largest check I ever received in my life from the U.S. Treasury this May and continue to receive enough of a monthly allowance to survive. I interviewed a man, you can see it on We the People too, when I was in Tennessee, who said Obamacare saved his life. I'm sorry, I believe that healthcare or having access to healthcare in the richest country on earth. If you guys do not know that, America is the richest nation on earth. So having healthcare for citizens should be a right. And at no time should healthcare be taken from poor Americans in order to give a tax break to rich people who didn't create any more jobs than they had before, and you give them a tax break. So I guess I am biased, but the Democrats need to get back on message. And the message is healthcare and affordability, and I don't care about how boring that is. It's what the American voters, keyword voters, will care about. And connecting and communicating with the voters is how you win elections. Guys, my analysis, man, is pretty simple. You know what I'm saying? I think I don't know what happened with the Democrats, but I read something that some Republicans said that they got focused on prosecuting President Trump. You see what I'm saying? I think the Democrats' problem and why they lost in 2024 was because they got focused on prosecuting President Trump. And after President Trump won, I think the reason why I seen how would I call this from the Democrats? Like a deer in the headlight, like they were froze, like they didn't know what to do. The reason why they were in that state is because they put all their stakes into getting President Trump, putting President Trump in the jail. And while doing that, the Democrats lost sight or focus on their first love, which is connecting with the working class voters. How do you do that, Ghost? Through healthcare. That's going to be the Democrats' key to come back is healthcare and affordability. When President Obama was elected, okay, at that time, there had been many and plenty of presidents who had tried to come up with a healthcare plan for America. Not just on the Republican side, on the Democratic side too. President Obama's predecessor, George Bush, he also attempted to come up with the healthcare plan for America. Couldn't do it. President Obama and the Democrats got it done. Listen, President Obama and the Democrats with that Obamacare is key legislation that even today, in today's America, it has helped so many people. And I'm saying, in my opinion, President Obama got reelected on the healthcare argument. So many Democrats in America were elected, period, within the last 15 years on the healthcare argument. And even in the presidential debate, you heard that Vice President Harris, I just want to let y'all know that Vice President Harris' memoir came out yesterday. So she wrote a book on the 107 days, and it's available for you guys to go pick it up right now. But even VP Harris, man, you know what I'm saying? Those 107 days in that debate against President Trump, she said that you got a concept of a plan on healthcare. And that's not the first time we heard that. We heard the Democrats, we heard President Obama say that plenty of times, that they have a concept of a plan, but the Republicans have never came up with the solid plan on healthcare. Not only do the Democrats came up with a solid plan on healthcare, let me show you guys something. I want to show you something. So let's look up. So how many Americans today currently are on Obamacare? Okay? I'm trying to say, listen, the Democrats felt like they lost their way because they started their entire objective or their entire campaign. I'm talking about starting from January the 6th. When January the 6th happened, the Democrats somewhere behind the scenes, this might be what President Trump is talking about, their entire focus shifted from the American people, the problem with the American people, and everything like that. Their entire focus shifted to prosecuting and litigating against Donald J. Trump. Do y'all agree or disagree? So what happens is, over the course of 4 years, when you get into 2024, you see what I'm saying? It didn't work. He overcame the charges, he overcame the assassination attempts, and he became president. At this time, everyone's saying the Democrats don't have a message, it's over, and they're dumbfounded. I knew that was wrong from the get-go. You say, Ghost, it's the same thing that happens every 4 years. One party wins and the other party takes over. So why this 4 years all of a sudden the Democrats felt like it was over? I'm telling you why. Because their whole thing was about President Trump, and their whole thing was not about the people. They forgot their first love. Their first love is the American people. So I think, and I started that with healthcare, Obamacare, according to CNN, and this is January of 2024, 21.3 million Americans on Obamacare. 21.3. We're not going to talk about the effects Obamacare has on Medicaid, on Medicare. We're going to get into that in a second. I'm just talking about, let's go ahead and click on it so I can let you know. This CNN, January 2024, okay? 21.3 million Americans flocked to affordable care coverage in 2024. Hold on. Nearly 5 million more people signed up for Obamacare. I'm looking for the total amount of people who are on Obamacare, okay? Let's look for it. Several states, including many led by Republicans, saw massive jumps in signups. In West Virginia, plan selection soared by 80%, Louisiana 76%. Let's see. I want to know how many total people are on Obamacare. Let's look it up. I know that was just a record sign up of 21 million people, man, signed up. How many total Americans are on Obamacare? Let's look. July 6, 2025, the U.S. Department of Treasury showing nearly 50 million Americans. Listen to me now, y'all. Nearly 50 million Americans, or 1 or 7 U.S. residents, have been covered through the Affordable Care Act. So that is a lot of Americans who, if they do not have coverage today, right now, they have experienced, like myself, good things with Obamacare. You say, Ghost, man, you talking about healthcare a lot. I'm telling you, it can be as boring as you want it to be. This is the issue that will win you an election if you're a Democrat. For a Republican, this is probably will be one of their weakest issues that they have to fight for or fight on, along with the affordability. But don't get dismayed, Republicans, because there's a lot of things you guys are going to be able to run on. A strong stock market. If President Trump could get the job numbers and the job market going, that's something you can run on. If not, that's another weapon for the Democrats. You know what I'm saying? Immigration, that's something strong that the Republicans can run on. They'll have stuff that President Trump's economy doesn't look bad. But that healthcare could be a problem. A big problem. Guys, if y'all have not liked the video, I ask that y'all double tap the screen for me, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Make sure y'all hit that notification bell too. Good morning, Miss Jean. Good morning. Good morning. You know what I'm saying? Guys, I know you are asking, how can I support a progressive liberal as a conservative Christian? As we are about to talk about AOC this morning. I told you a little about myself so far. Now, let me give you a couple more news stories about AOC, and maybe it'll make some sense to you. So the source for this is ocasio-cortez.house.gov, and it was published on July the 2nd, straight from the horse's mouth. This straight from AOC's mouth, okay? Guys, let's start right here. The number one job of any politician is to serve the people. Who disagrees with me? Who disagrees with me, guys? Gene, do you disagree with that? The number one job of any politician is to serve the people, point blank, period. Not some of the people, all of the people. The rich people are going to get theirs. They don't usually need much help. That's why they rich. Does that make sense to you? If you got two people standing right here, okay? And this man right here, he got $1 million. And this man right here got $50,000. I'm saying, if you got, as a politician, if all of your focus is focused on helping this man with $1 million, you are failing America. Because what I'm trying to tell you is, this man with $1 million, he probably don't need too much help to get money. That's why he got the money. Does that make sense? He probably don't need that much help from you or from the government, you know? And that's what I'm trying to let you guys see, that, man. The poor need the help. The representatives who focus on helping the poor are serving all of us, or they're serving most of us. And I will give you guys an example that AOC is proud of, because she got it on her website, of her fighting for the people. Now, remember what I told you. The number one job of a politician is to serve the people. It's like, who are you serving? What do you got the position for? What do you have the power for? If you have politicians who are serving interests, and at the same time they are serving interests, you see they are making a whole lot of money. Listen, people hate on President Trump all the time, and maybe he does make a lot of money, but I'm saying he was a businessman before he came into that position, and people knew that of him when he got there, so I'm being as fair as possible. And every politician, every president, every former president in America, they all make money. It's just simple as that. President Obama did too, made a whole lot of money. There's nothing wrong with that. But what I'm saying is, if that politician, their only focus is to make money, like they got a job as a stockbroker, or like they got a job as a real estate agent, and they're not focused on helping the people. That's their primary job, is to help the people. Ain't nobody hating on you getting money, but what you doing for the people? Ain't nobody hating on you helping any businesses, but what you doing for the people, man? That's what we talking about this morning. And I think a lot of people get misconstrued or misunderstood because they get so caught up in their parties. So I'm a Republican, so I can't see no good politician besides a Republican. So you will never see an AOC. You will never see a Bernie Sanders. Look, I was watching Gavin Newsom earlier this morning. You see what I'm saying? And he was saying that if you close your eyes and you listen to Bernie Sanders and you listen to Steve Bannon, who was one of President Trump's former top advisors, if you close your eyes, they sound almost exactly alike. They both got populist message. You see what I'm saying? Both of them got messages as a populist. It's just one's a conservative and one's a liberal. But that's what I'm trying to tell you. A lot of people aren't like that. A lot of people don't see things like that. They'll never recognize, a good politician on the other side of the aisle if they're a Republican. I'm not like that. I don't have those issues. I'm an independent. I'm not blinded by Republican or independent goggles. I'm going to recognize the politician for what they are. And what I'm trying to tell you is AOC fights for the rights of the people. Let's get into it. Washington, D.C. today. Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez continue to fight against President Trump's cuts to Medicaid and food assistance benefits during debate on the floor of the House of Representatives. And I told you before, I ain't got nothing against Big President T. Tomorrow we going to do a live stream, and the entire live stream is going to be about the business of America, which I think are the most pressing issues with our nation today, is that war in Palestine and that war in Ukraine. And he addressed that yesterday at the United Nations. So we're going to talk about that. But today we talking about healthcare, and we talking about AOC, and we know she's not wrong. Because I heard a bright young Republican senator from Missouri saying about the same thing she about to say. I heard the Senate Majority Whip, Tom Tillis, saying the same thing she's about to say. Thomas Massey, him and President Trump, and he's a Republican. Even though AOC and Thomas Massey might be on completely different ends of the spectrum, and the reasons why Elon Musk and the AOC might be against the beautiful bill, the reasons might be different. The point is that they're united. And President and AOC, I'm saying, like, what is she fighting against? She fighting against Medicaid cut, food assistance benefits cuts. That's what she fighting against. That is directly fighting for the people, man. I don't see how you guys can't see that. And I know if I had Republicans in this stream like my boy Angelo or my boy Colin, you see what I'm saying? Or my boy Brian C., I know they would be like, Ghost, man, come on, man. You cannot be serious, man, with this AOC thing. She is against everything you believe. But I'll tell you, the number one job of a politician is to serve the people. Listen, let me ask you a question. So let's say your child is sick. Your 5-year-old child is sick, has a terminal disease, a terminal illness. And I'm saying that you need to go find a pediatrician. Isn't that the name of the children's doctor? Aren't they called pediatrician? I'm saying, what you gonna do? You looking for a pediatrician because you got a 5-year-old child who's sick. When you looking for the doctor, you're going to say, is he a Republican or is he a Democrat? And if you're a Republican and you supported President Trump, you're going to say, hey, this pediatrician can't work on my child because he's a Democrat. Are you going to say that? No, you're not going to say that. right? Am I right or wrong? You looking for the best doctor. Well, why is it the same in politics? I'm saying the number one job of a politician is to serve the people, and that's what AOC does. Republican, independent, or Democrat, okay? The legislation at the time, the big beautiful bill, which was under construction after passing the Senate by only one vote, will kick 17 million people off their health care and potentially cause local hospitals to shut down in New York and across the country. I already told you at the beginning of this news story, that's why I started right there what I did. I told you of a hospital, 3 of them, that has shut down, and they said it's because of the big beautiful bill. And we talking about these are within what? Weeks? Months of it being signed. This is according to CNN. This is in Virginia. Augusta Medical Group said 3 of their healthcare facilities are now shutting down. So when AOC wrote this in July, we seen it by September. She writing this in July. When the bill had passed the Senate by 1 vote, she writing this in July that, hey, 17 million people are going to lose health care. And it's going to cause potential hospitals to shut down. That's what she's saying. So Augusta Medical Group in Virginia, according to CNN, they said they're starting to shut down because of the big, beautiful bill. The budget cuts Republicans are proposing are required to fund tax cuts for the wealthiest people on the planet. And guys, this is what Representative Ocasio-Cortez had to say about this. Follow me. Ghostwriter. The people in here, y'all got love for me. Y'all got love for me. I appreciate it. I ask that y'all double tap the screen for me right now. If you have not, you're on the cell phone. All you have to do is just tap your screen a couple of times. Like the video. Subscribe to the channel. Make sure you guys hit that notification bell. If you guys got love for Ghostwriter, I'm telling you, bro, this is real right here. Everything I'm telling you is real right here. The doctor's number one job is to heal a patient. Okay? When I walk into this healthcare facility, everything this doctor's saying, I'm not agreeing with everything this doctor's saying, but this doctor's job is to heal me. A politician's number one job is to serve the people. Everything that politician says, you don't agree with either. Who all voted for President Trump in here? Tell me everything President Trump is doing, you agree with everything he's doing. No, you don't. You don't agree with everything your husband or wife does, is what I'm saying. It's an impossibility. That's point blank fact, period. You see what I'm saying? So I'm saying like everything the politician does, I'm not going to agree with it. You say, hey, she's for 2 gay people getting married. I believe a marriage is between and should be between a man and a woman. So I don't agree with AOC on that. You say, hey, she's for letting people change their sex, going from they were born a man and now they're a woman. I believe if you were born a man, that you a man. I don't care what you change. I believe if you were born a man, you a man. AOC don't believe that. But what I'm telling you is that we can argue the debates. We could debate the facts. We could debate the issues. One thing AOC does believe in, she believes in helping the people. That's a politician's number one job. I challenge you Republicans and I say it's like she the best doctor on the block. She the best doctor on the block. AOC, she the best doctor on the block. Listen, what kind of politician else would you want? I hear so many stupid people in Congress making fun of her because she was a server. President Trump always talking about draining the swamp. He always talking about making a real change and a real difference in Washington, D.C. But I'm saying all of the politicians who come up here are lawyers, are business people. I don't have nothing against business people, and I actually practice law myself. So I don't have nothing against lawyers either. But I'm saying if you want to change in America, all these people you bringing up here, they're pretty much from the same type of family in America. They're pretty much all lawyers or business people. But you want to change. But you got the same people who keep running your country. What I'm saying, AOC is that change. Look, President Obama, I'm not going to hate on you because you look different than every other president that ever served, and that's monumental. He's a black man. You see what I'm saying? But what I'm saying about AOC is President Obama, even though as a black man, he still graduated from Harvard. I'm saying he kind of still in that same circle. I'm saying AOC, bro, she was an immigrant. She's a Puerto Rican, man. She's all American, bro. Listen to me. She was not no attorney, bro. She was a regular server, just like you, just like us. She's one of us. She's one of us, bro. That's what I'm trying to get you guys to see. The fact that she was a server, that's everything we've been looking for. Let the forklift driver, let him be the congressperson representing the people. One of us, regular people representing the people. Let the McDonald's manager, let him be the state congressperson representing the people. Am I right or wrong? Who know more about fixing agriculture in America than a farmer? We having our difficulties with our farming again. That's what I'm saying. But you gonna go get one of these super smart, intelligent lawyers who got the same people to make the same mistakes when you should go get a farmer, a real farmer, and put him up there in the suit, in the position where you got the little smart business person with the. That's what I'm trying to say about AOC, y'all. Right before our eyes, one of us. She's one of us, a server. She's not one of them. She's one of us, we the people. So I might debate her on her issues, but I know she's a good doctor. I know she's a good politician. So when confronted with 17 million people being kicked off of their health insurance, AOC fighting for the people and the people's rights. This is the remark she had to deliver. She says, "Thank you." I guess it's her turn to speak. And I thank the chairman. You know, President Trump had issued some statements throughout this process saying and urging, insisting that this bill does not cut Medicaid. He's also said some things, you know. He said he doesn't think I'm too much of a smart person. And I'll tell you one thing, it doesn't take a smart person to know if you're being lied to. Look, I'm going to tell you like this, man. I don't care what they say about you, AOC. It don't matter. Like, guys, let me ask y'all, who is, out of all the Congress people that you know, who is the most popular congressperson you know? Who is the most popular one? I'm trying to think of any Congress people whose name who got more name recognition than AOC, man. Real talk. Let's keep going. She said, President Trump, you're either being lied to or you lying, because this bill represents, in the text of this bill, the largest and greatest loss of healthcare in American history, man. Oh, man. She says 17 million Americans will lose their healthcare on this bill. Not undocumented people. Not, quote unquote, the disgusting term illegal, but 17 million Americans will have their health care cut from this bill. So we've heard that President Trump and them said, oh, well, we're not cutting Medicare and Medicaid. Him and Speaker Johnson said that. Oh, Ghost, that's not Americans that's getting their health care cut. That's just illegal immigrants. They ain't supposed to have health care anyway. Why should we pay for illegal immigrants to have health care and all of our people don't have health care? It sounds really well. But what AOC is saying, she's not talking about them illegal immigrants. She's saying 17 million of people like me and you will have their health care cut from this bill. All I'm going to say is President Trump, Speaker Johnson, if you guys have ever listened to Ghostwriter before, listen to him right now, because I got a prediction and a projection for you. So I'm going to get out the way. I'm going to let y'all enjoy this beautiful scenery, y'all. That's the Appalachian Mountains up here in upstate New York, the Finger Lakes. Make sure if you have not liked the video that you double tap your screen, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell. Ghostwriter got a prediction coming for y'all right now. You say, Big Ghostwriter, what's this prediction? This is what AOC said, okay, guys? She says 17 million Americans will lose health care on the bill. Stop. Whether you trust her or not, that's immaterial or irrelevant in this situation. She's making a claim, and they either will or they will not. Either people gonna lose health insurance or they won't. It's no way in the world that she's saying that 17 million people will lose insurance and not a soul lose insurance. If she's saying 17 million, she got that data from somewhere. That means people are about to lose their health insurance. Okay? She said not 17 million. Not undocumented immigrants, but regular people. Here's my prediction, Keanu, because I see you've been down there. Good morning. Good morning, Miss Janetta. How are you doing? Here's my prediction. If 17 million Americans lose their health insurance, I could guarantee you in 2026, in that midterms, the Democrats are going to take control of the House of Representatives, and they might take control of the Senate. Because I know if I'm a Democrat, I know what I'm running on. I know what I'm running on. Because I know the primary problem we have in America is that the American people feel like they don't have access to the American dream like the American people did in the 80s and the early 2000s. Today in 2025, the American people feel like they don't have that same access to the American dream. It's harder to buy a house. Even cars are more expensive. Insurance is through the roof. The rent is too high. My kid having a problem finding a house, this place to stay, especially one that's affordable. Groceries are high. Gas is high. Affordability. Inflation. Those are the primary problems in America, and I promise you they will be in 2026, and they will be in 2028. You say, Ghost, you tripping. Now, you said President Trump has been promised a golden age, and you believe he's going to deliver a golden age. And yes, I do believe he will deliver some sort of a golden age. And yes, I do believe that the American economy will do good or better than it's done before. But with the AI, it's going to change things, and that's a whole different conversation. That's why you see more people today are looking for good jobs than jobs we actually have. I'm talking about good jobs, Americans that they'll work. But the stock market through the roof. But we're going to talk about that at another time. What I'm predicting to you is that it's going to be a blue wave like you have never seen. If 17 million Americans have health care cuts, 17 million, bro, out there 17 million Americans, I could say, you would say it's safe to say that at least 3 million people voted, right? I'm talking about real quick. We're going to do this real quick. We could break it down and do a whole live stream on this. I'm saying Ghost is a number guy. You say if 17 million Americans lose their insurance, it's safe to say that at least 1 in 6 of them voted, right? I would say probably closer to 30 or 40% of them voted. But let's just say 1 in 6 of them voted. 3 million votes is enough to make Kamala Harris the president. That's just one thing. The second thing is you don't have a Donald Trump on top of no ballot in the midterm elections. That's number 2. And number 3 is, you see what I'm saying? Number 3 is that you talking about, besides the healthcare cuts, has your life got more comfortable? Affordability. I'm saying is gas that much cheaper. Let's look it up, guys. Let me not guess. Let's look it up. Hold up. I'm gonna finish with AOC and we're gonna look up all that stuff, okay? So AOC is talking to Congress. She done said 17 Americans, not immigrants or undocumented people, regular Americans are going to lose their insurance, okay? She says, on this point of tax on tips, as one of the only people in this body who has lived off of tips, this is AOC now, I want to tell you a little bit about the scam of that text, a little bit of the fine print there. The cap on that is $25,000. While you're jacking up taxes on people who make less than $50,000 a year. This is what she's saying in Congress. Listen to me. While you're jacking up taxes on people who make less than $50,000 a year across the United States, while taking away their SNAP, that's food stamps, while taking away their Medicaid, while kicking them off of ACA, Affordable Care Act, and their health care extensions. So if you're at home and you're living on tips, you do the math. Is that worth it to you? Losing all your health care, not able to feed your babies, not being able to put a diaper on their bottom. In exchange for what? This bill is a deal with the devil. It explodes our national debt. That's what Elon and them were mad about. It militarized our entire economy and it strips away health care and basic dignity for the American people. For what? To give Elon Musk a tax break, the greedy taking over our nation. We cannot stand for it. We will not support it. You should be ashamed. She said, we will not stand for it. We will not support it. Never I. That lets you know that girl is locked in with the people. Listen to what she said. You jacking up taxes on people who make less than $50,000 a year. That lets you know that she locked in with those voters, that the Democrats lost because they were too focused trying to put President Trump in jail. That's why you lost. Because your whole campaign, I heard a Republican said that just the other day. I read that made perfect sense. The Democrats, their whole focus was to put President Trump in jail. So you're not talking to the American people. Sure, they might be unsure about President Biden, him stumbling and fumbling and not looking good on TV, but you could tell them that President Biden has the lowest unemployment rate in U.S. history of all modern presidents. You weren't telling them that. You weren't telling them that they were going to lose their health care. You weren't telling them that groceries weren't going to get no more cheaper. You weren't telling them gas weren't going to get cheaper. You weren't telling them that. That's the problem. You were talking about January the 6th. And I keep saying that the American voters don't care about, they care about January the 6th. They do. Let me take that back. Act like American voters don't care about justice at all. Yes, they do. They do care about justice. But it's like when you go in the voting booth, what do you care about more? Do you care about putting food on the table or do you care more about justice? That's what I'm saying, guys. And point blank period, I don't care what any of you guys are saying or any of you guys say, what AOC's saying, she is spot on with everything she's saying. Listen, I want to tell you this before we look at the affordability. I hadn't forgot about that. I want to tell you guys this about AOC now. While you just hearing her, you hearing her say this about these voters making $50,000 a year, AOC and Bernie Sanders campaigns. I want to tell y'all about this now, because what I'm going to tell you, I don't know of any politician. Hold up, AOC. Let me see what we got going on over here. A little goofy stuff. Y'all give me just a second. Okay, we're not trying to view this. We need to get us a clean screen. Real quick, y'all. Let's do this real quick. So, okay, AOC and Bernie Sanders. Summer. Guys, look. Y'all heard her say that about the voters making less than $50,000 a year. So obviously, this ain't just about her, because she, you know, that's just her district in New York. She's gonna win it anyway. But she's a leader amongst the Democrats. Whether they give her a position or not, she's the most popular Democratic congressperson. Okay, what I'm trying to get this point to you is that I'm letting you know that if the whole Democratic Party nationally isn't locked in on the mistakes that was made and why the Democrats lost, she is. Because you hear her address those people that make less than $50,000 a year, which the Democrats could solidly count on, but all of a sudden they moved over to President Trump. Well, she's talking to them on the House floor. She's recognizing. And it just makes the most sense, because the plans that what she's saying is that it's going to hurt those voters the most. Those were blue voters anyway. So, hey, y'all come back to the blue side. Y'all went over there and tried President Trump, thought he was going to help you. But what you got was your health care cut and your SNAP cut. That's what you got for voting for him. That's our message. She just saying it different than Ghostwriter. But if any of them Democrats hire Ghostwriter, Ghostwriter gonna break it down in plain English. That's what she trying to say. She trying to say, hey, look, all y'all make less than $50,000 a year. Y'all were disappointed with President Biden because of inflation and prices and other things. But you went over there and voted for the Republicans. Not only did things stay the same price, but he came and took some of your stuff. He took some of your health care, and he took some of your SNAP. And the only thing he did was came in and helped his rich buddies. Dems are 2028 leadership. AOC allegedly are in 2028 as DNC party needs Mandami and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is reportedly eyeing a potential 2028 presidential run as the Democratic Party finds its footing following President Trump's decisive win. Ocasio-Cortez's team is preparing for her for a run for president or for the U.S. Senate in 2028 when Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer is up for re-election. Yeah, bro, like Chuck Schumer, it ain't even a competition between you and Chuck Schumer. Look, Chuck Schumer, who in this stream know who Chuck Schumer is? Besides real political people. If Chuck Schumer, hold up, guys, I got sidetracked. We talking about Bernie Sanders and AOC and their rallies, man. We talking about them rallies this summer. 80,000 people in Los Angeles. If Chuck Schumer, who's running the Senate right now, go do a rally in Los Angeles, he'll be lucky to get 50 people show up. Chuck Schumer, my name is Big Ghost. I'm the one who said that. You leading the Senate, you oldest President Biden, Trump, and all them, if not older. You ahead leading the Senate, and if you go do a rally in Los Angeles, you ain't gonna get 50 people to show up. Directionless after their general election loss and reeling from everything, who the Democrats called? Bernie Sanders and AOC. When President Trump was at his strongest, Democrats have came out in droves to hear what the progressive have to say. In Los Angeles, 36,000. In Denver, 34,000. crowds in red states too. Salt Lake City, bro, it was 20,000 people. Idaho, 12,000 plus. Ocasio-Cortez and Sanders drew a 3-mile-long line at their rally in Folsom, California. It's a red state. Bro, what y'all talking about AOC, man? Not only is she the most popular of the Congress people, not only does she fight for the American people, the American voters, but that she is like getting crowds over 80-some thousand people. Popular in name recognition. You see what I'm saying? You got some politicians who might have a name recognition, but they not gonna get no crowds like that. You might know their name, but they not finna pull no crowds like that. I'm not hating. Look, I'm not even gonna use this name. Let me say somebody else. Rand Paul. If you know politics or like politics, I don't know how you don't know Rand Paul, but Rand Paul ain't finna get no crowds like that. Nowhere close. That's what I'm saying. That girl got unbelievable crowds, man. Guys, let's look at affordability real quick. Let's look at the national gas prices cheaper. Let's see. Then Dehan says gas prices, which typically decline in the latter half of the year now, could fall to around $3 per gallon sometime in October. You guys, a lot of y'all live in places where gas is cheaper than $3 a gallon, okay? That's where I'm from, and I'm traveling. So I see the different gas prices. I'm talking about a national average. Up here in New York, gas is like $3-something up here in upstate New York. You see what I'm saying? So they're saying that it could fall to around $3 per gallon sometime in October next month due to factors, including more oil production from groups of nations known as OPEC, a switch to cheaper winter blend of gasoline, and Wednesday's Federal Reserve interest rate cut. That's according to MSNBC. So they expecting gas to get cheaper. It's supposed to fall. So that's good news for President Trump. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is nationally, is gas cheaper over the past year? Has national gas prices got cheaper since President Trump won? Let's be let's be straight up. Let's be straight up with it. Has gas prices got cheaper since President Trump won? This is according to USA Today. This story was published July the 18th. Gas prices, hold up now, they trying to get me to subscribe. Gas prices are a favorite RNC talking point. Here's how they changed. This is according in July, okay, to USA Today. Laura Trump Tuesday night said gas hit a low of $1.87 a gallon under her father-in-law's presidency, okay? Despite some economic success under the Biden administration, many voters still think Trump handled the economy better. Of course, that's why he won. Let's see. So here's what we know about gas prices. Okie dokie. Let's see. Climbing gas prices throughout 2021 led Biden to dip into the emergency oil reserves, but it did little to stop the growing prices of gas at the pumps. They talk about Russia and Ukraine. Let's see if we get some President Trump in here. 2020. They're not giving us no numbers. I'm looking for some numbers right now today. Has gas prices overall got any cheaper right now today? That's what I'm looking for. Let's see. Guys, that's why I usually take some time to do this. This is according to the White House. The White House. I don't know if I could use that source right now. That might not be fair. In May, let's see. This is CNN. November. Well, that's November. We looking for an article right now. Let's see. Okay, guys, we're going to go with this news story. We're looking for other gas prices, have they got cheaper, okay? So President Trump's energy agenda, okay, delivers the lowest gas prices in a decade. This is according to Fox Business, okay? It was published on August 28th, Fox Business. Thanks to President Trump fully unleashing American energy dominance, gas prices this summer are at 5-year lows, and families are saving significant money at the pump. Do y'all feel it? Because what I'm saying is that according to Fox Business, gas prices are at 5-year lows. President Trump ended President Biden's Green New Scam and is making America affordable again. In 2024, the average gas prices are $3.29 per gallon, and the year prior they were $3.77. So that's 50 cents cheaper on gas. What about groceries? Are groceries cheaper? That's what you got to do, man. You know what I'm saying? You got to go through affordability. That's what affordability is: gas, groceries, rent, stock market, 401ks, kids going to college. All of this stuff is what the American voters vote on. You see what I'm saying? Healthcare, that's what they care about. Guys, up here in upstate New York, not even in the city of New York yet, but here in upstate, people tell me stories here in upstate New York, hours away from New York City. You got to understand that you thinking that, oh, you in New York because you AOC, her district is hours away from where I'm at the Finger Lakes. But they still telling me stories of AOC going to New York neighborhoods, giving school supplies to the underprivileged children. I'm talking hands-on, not her giving money. I'm talking her hands on school supplies and her personal hands giving them to the underprivileged students. A lot of people who got money in these situations, they'll give their money, but your time sometimes is as important or more important than money. Because I'm saying that's her with a reputation that extends far beyond her community of her helping the people, underprivileged people, her hands passing out groceries and passing out school supplies for the underprivileged. So many examples like this for AOC to me. That's why we the people can have a debate about the issues. But in my opinion, you cannot have a debate with a greedy politician who does not care about the people. You can agree with them on 100 things, but if they're corrupt or they don't care about half the country, or they don't help anyone but special interests and other rich people, I'm saying that's where their focus is. It's on them, not on us. AOC, her focus is on us though, guys, and we're saluting her today. So if you guys have not already, I ask that you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you guys hit that notification bell. Also, guys, in this stream, everyone is welcome. I just ask that you guys be respectful to others. So I welcome you guys, Republicans, Independents, and Democrats alike. Jump down in the comments and let your voices be heard. Now, one last thing, guys, we do have to pay the bills. I don't have any sponsors yet. I'm not in the studio yet. I'm not taking no money from no party or no one else but you guys. So super chats, super stickers, and super thanks, they start at 99 cents. If you want to donate to the channel, or if you want to start a conversation, or if you want to have your comment read, please hit that button with that $sign in it, and your donations are much appreciated. Guys, we've been streaming for about an hour. I've been giving you guys the news. I got one more news story for us. It's coming from the Hill, but I'm finna bump out the way for just a second. Barry, I appreciate you. Shaw, CT, all you guys, man. Keep those comments coming. I'm finna bump out the way just for a second and let you guys see this beautiful scenery out here in upstate New York on the Finger Lakes, man. It's so gorgeous out here. Appalachian Mountains, guys, in the background. So, guys, we are on the road. So the live streams will be a little different. You're going to get a lot of moments like these where I'm letting you guys enjoy the scenery, the nature. That's the point of going on tour. You know what I'm saying? So, guys, channel memberships start at $2.99, guys. So if you guys want to become a member of the channel, I appreciate your support. You know what I'm saying? The button below with the $ in it at the bottom, you guys just hit that button, and all of your donations and your support is much appreciated, okay? So this source that we're getting this news story from is coming from The Hill. It was published on September the 21st. Allies to Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez says she is weighing a number of options as she considers the next steps in her political career, including a potential one for president. One thing is for sure, that if AOC does not run for president, she definitely will run for Senate. It is her time. She is the most popular congressperson in Congress. I continue to say that. The allies say she is also considering a possible challenge to Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer, which she should, amid frustration from a number of Democrats who say the party needs to clear the way for fresh voices. What do you guys think? Do you guys think there's too many old people in politics in the Democratic Party? Why wouldn't she be considering this? Said one source who has spoken to the Congresswoman about her options. She's one of the biggest voices in the Democratic Party. I concur. She fundraises like no one else. I concur. And she's authentic and true to her success. I concur. Can't say that about a lot of other people in the party. I concur. Democratic strategist Joel Payne, who has not spoken to the Congresswoman, added that one of her clear advantages is that she offers not only energy and a generational change, but a built-in constituency. She's a rock star, man. She got a fan base already. And that's all he's saying. A few people on either side of the aisle can offer that off the gate. What we're saying is that AOC on the presidential ticket in 2028 against the Republicans, when she's doing her rallies, she's going to be getting crowds like President Obama. Yes, indeed. AOC is going to be getting crowds like President Obama did. She's going to be getting crowds like President Trump did, maybe even larger. She's got a name like that for being a politician and fighting for the people. Super popular. Axios first reported Friday that Ocasio-Cortez, also known as AOC, that's what we call her, is on a presidential run in 2028 and potentially a Senate bid. Some Democrats on Friday celebrated the news that Ocasio-Cortez was considering a run for president. Democrats have been desperate for a shot in the arm a year after Democrats not only lost the White House, but the Senate and the House. Since then, Democrats have lacked direction and a message that can appeal to voters. It seems like AOC got the direction and the message, guys. It's health care and affordability. That's your message and your direction as a Democrat. But Ocasio-Cortez has been a bright spot in an otherwise dismal year for Democrats. She has appeared alongside Senator Bernie Sanders, an independent from Vermont, who has mass appeal on the left thanks to his 2016 and 2020 presidential bids, on a national tour dubbed Fighting Oligarchy. Guys, when we see these special elections, you see these Democrats, they're turning out and they're showing up in groves. And I'm telling you why. This is why. Because the Democrats are out there getting down with the people, converting people. They're doing basically, listen, after January the 6th, the Democratic Party, their mission became to get President Trump. So after January 6th in 2021, all the Democrats moving forward, they were after President Trump. The Republicans are doing what the Democrats are doing right now. The Republicans was. The Democrats are organized. They're holding rallies, huge rallies. While they're holding these rallies, they're getting numbers. They're getting email addresses. They're firing people up, man. And you know who's leading the charge? Besides Jasmine Crockett and, of course, Bernie Sanders, which I don't think Senator Sanders is not going to be running for president. You know who's leading the charge? AOC, the Democratic rising star. They said she's a rising star. I think she's already a star. Has also held town halls in upstate New York. I'm going to stop right there. CT says that she was paid. No, if you're talking about me being paid, that's something totally different. But I could promise you, CT, that I was not paid by nobody. If I was paid by somebody, I wouldn't be asking for donations, and there wouldn't be as many people in this stream as it is right now. I can assure you. You said AOC is paid, you're gonna have to show proof. Because I don't know how you saying AOC is paid by George Soros. Where's the proof at? That's like saying every Republican is paid by Elon Musk. You got to show the proof. Because I'm saying nobody has shown any sort of proof of how she has any deception or corruption with her at all. And she's not like the other politicians, bro. She's not like them. She was a server. And ain't nothing came out on AOC. Bro, you know if they've had something on AOC, they would have dumped on her a long time ago. She was like a favorite target of the Republicans for a long time. So no, I disagree with that wholeheartedly. There is no corruption or nothing like that on AOC. If you saying someone is legally donating to her campaigns, what's wrong with that? Soros probably donates to every Democrat in Congress. It ain't nothing wrong with someone legally donating to her campaign, but saying that, nah, I disagree with that. Progressives say it isn't far-fetched to think the Congresswoman could win in a primary. Okay? For starters, she is a top fundraiser in the entire Democratic Party, luring an unprecedented amount of small dollar checks, particularly for a House member. But reading that, man, I would say that AOC would be a prime candidate target to run for president. You see what I'm saying? Like, I haven't really followed her as much. I don't want to speak on that, but I think if she put her name in the hat, then if a Democrat win, they have to put her on the ticket as vice president. Almost have to. Okay, guys? She has the ability to speak directly with tens of millions of online followers on platforms, including TikToks, Instagram, and Blue Sky. Tens of millions, include one of them being Ghostwriter, following that baby, my baby on Instagram. According to the report in Axios, she has spent millions of dollars growing and cultivating her online following and obtaining a list of donors and potential supporters who could continue to boost her fundraising with 10,000%. Anybody like us would donate to AOC. Any of us, because we know what she does. Her ascension in both government and politics does foreshadow a growing political movement, said Democratic strategist Basal Basal Simcley, who served as the executive director of the New York State Democratic Party. Now, the question is that replicable statewide and nationally? Simcley said, I think it is. I agree with it too. Listen, if you got how many followers on TikTok, let's look it up. Let's see how popular AOC is, okay? So let's look it up. How many followers does Miss AOC have on TikTok? That's what we're looking for. How many followers does AOC have on TikTok? $4.1 million followers on TikTok. How many she have on Instagram? How many followers does AOC have on Instagram? $9.4 million followers on IG. So she can reach about 10 million people on IG. She could reach about 4 million on TikTok. How many followers does AOC have on Twitter? $13.5 million followers. She's extremely popular, guys. Twitter, Instagram. I'm sure she probably has a significant following on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? That's something that you can't get from a lot of Democrats. How could she not do that nationally? How could she not do that statewide? That's crazy. She's way more popular or way more known than any other Democrat or pretty much probably anybody else in Congress. Other Democratic strategists agree, saying there's an opening for Ocasio-Cortez if she wants one in the 2028 race, to the extent that Bernie Sanders is not running again, which I doubt he is, she has the opportunity to take that mantle. You see her with Bernie Sanders on that Fighting Oligarchy tour, and the voters who have fervently supported him, not to mention the next generation of young voters, said Democratic strategist Rodale Malini. Ocasio-Cortez, Malini says, will likely run into the same pitfalls that other progressive candidates would, including the area that her politics and philosophy are too far left for the country. Man, I've thought that before. You know what I'm saying? I've not only thought that before, I've said that before, that maybe AOC's politics are too far left. What you think? CT, what you think? CT says, I'm telling you, AOC is not going to make it to that phase. You might as well pick a new candidate because it's not going to work out and your channel is going to fail. CT, I apologize that you feel it like that, my boy. You know what I'm saying? I hate that you feel like that. But CT, we're going to put you in we're going to give you a little timeout. Oops, I'm sorry, my brother. I wasn't trying to delete your messages. You know what I'm saying? But I was going to give you a little time out, man, so you could think about that and stop being negative, man. We don't want to be negative. If you feel like AOC wouldn't get that far in the primary, she might not. Who knows? But what I'm saying is she does fight for the people. She is the most popular Democrat, and I could definitely see her taking over Chuck Schumer's spot in the Senate. She could win the Senate. If Chuck Schumer could win that district, AOC is going to with flying colors, she'll win that district. So whether she chooses to run for president or senate, that's up to her. But what I'm saying, if you're saying that, she's not going to make it that far and she won't become president, what I'm saying, maybe she won't. Maybe she won't become president. VP Harris didn't become president, but she became vice president. Jasmine Crockett might not become president in 2028, but I think Representative Crockett will become Secretary of State. Or if the Democrats win, she's going to get a position. That's what I'm saying. Why don't AOC deserve that? That's what I'm asking you guys. You know what I'm saying? Why don't she deserve that? Shaw says, I just don't honestly know anything about her. She's East Coast and I'm West Coast. And Shaw, I understand that, baby. I appreciate that comment. And the reason why I say I appreciate that is because, the people who are on the West Coast will have to get to know her. Pretty much. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I appreciate that, you bringing that up and saying that, because the people will have to get to know her. That's kind of like what happened with VP Harris. But a lot of people have heard of her, and she does have that name recognition. There's one theory that says after 4 more years of Trump, people might want to go back to normal. He said, what I said is that theory is that the pendulum, is what I heard someone call it. It always swings. So it swung to the right, and when it swing back to the left, what I'm saying is she can present herself, or she can have someone like Ghostwriter could present her correctly to America and to the American people, so the American people can see her heart, her character, her soul, her willingness to roll up her sleeves and go to war for them and to fight for them, instead of some policies that we might not agree with or might not be popular yet amongst Americans, If you have the right person to present her correctly to the American people, after 4 more years of President Trump, when that pendulum swings back, what this is saying, who knows, it might swing all the way to the other side and want another candidate to break the system. And AOC represents a candidate that will break the system. Really, seriously. She is much different, as I've said before, than a lot of other Democrats or a lot of other President Obama. He looked a lot different than every other president. And he will be celebrated for eternity for that. But what I'm saying, on paper, he didn't look different from every other president. On paper, he went to the same schools. His parents might not have been rich, but him and Michelle, they were successful Black people in Chicago. That's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is her story, it really does look different. There are those who think Ocasio-Cortez will have a better shot at Senate, uprooting Schumer. In the same way, she blindsided former Representative Joe Crowley, a 10-term incumbent and the 4th most powerful Democrat at that time in 2018. So they're saying she could do the same thing to Chuck Schumer. I think that's going to depend on AOC. AOC, baby, do you really want to be president? Or do you like Congress? If you like Congress, I say stay in Congress and become a senator. Do that for 6 years or so, see how things are going. She has a lot of time, bro. She's like in her 40s. So she has plenty of time, okay? They say the Congresswoman can tap into generational anger many in the party are feeling, and I agree with that 1,000%. That's why I say she is so valuable to have on the Democratic ticket. If you're a Democrat, she would be so valuable to have on that ticket. If you think America is not ready for a progressive, I understand that. If you think America is not ready for a woman president, I understand that. But I'm saying you got a progressive who is different from the other, not only Democrats, but Republicans. She was a server. So I'm, bro, Ghostwriter, as a political person, just getting excited just how I would tell this story. She was a server, man. She's one of us. You might not agree with a lot of her points. There to the left, you might not agree with a lot of her policy proposals. But one thing's for certain, not only is she one of us, she fights for us. That's factual. You see what I'm saying? She can fundraise. See, she's extremely popular. Extremely popular. She's a Latina. So that's the minority column. You know, Latinas are some of the fastest growing ethnic groups in America, and the black people will vote with her. She's from New York. Someone is saying, who's hating on AOC, a Democratic strategist, saying that the Senate, winning the Senate, is also insurmountable. Schumer sees her coming a mile away, and he has relationships that go back decades. Who cares? His relationships aren't the people who vote. One unknown factor for AOC's candidacy in either race, multiple Democrats said, is whether Zoran Mandami, whom she has staunchly supported, is able to win the New York City mayoral race, and if so, how effective he is at governing. I think that is so important. If it's a complete train wreck, it really hurts her chances, one strategist predicted, and I agree with that completely. Because if it's a train wreck, they're going to say, hey, well, those progressives don't know what they're doing. That's why, as Americans, we've never really supported them. That's what they're going to say. But one thing is for certain, either way, few people have the star power that she has. Regardless of whether or not you think AOC is a viable candidate, she will get more airtime and attention than other hopefuls with much longer resumes, including Chuck Schumer. And that's factual. And guys, it took me 1 hour and 23 minutes, you know what I'm saying, for me to give you my take on we the people, the politicians who fight for the people. And I just believe AOC is one of those politicians, guys, who fight for the people. You know what I'm saying? I'm an independent. And tomorrow we're going to be talking about President Trump and his speech. You know what I'm saying? I know I talk about Israel. I know I talk about Ukraine. You know what I'm saying? We talking about that speech he gave to the United Nations. I'm going to look into the speech. We're going to be talking about whether or not we think he's going left or right. The mentality, the reflection that I've heard while he was giving that speech. I heard a lot of reflection in that speech. You know what I'm saying? That's what we talking about tomorrow. That's what Ghostwriter does, man. That's what I do, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to tell you guys the news. I'm going to give you guys opinion. I'm going to give you guys analysis, and it's all based in truth and fact. No spin. You know what I'm saying? That being said, Shaw says she could see Raskins for Prez and Jasmine or AOC for vice president. Who's Raskins? I'm sorry. Who's Raskins? Somebody said I'm a simp for AOC. I'm a simp for any politician who will fight for the people. The same way for VP Harris. And guys, I would like to tell you guys again, VP Harris has a book out. It's on the 107 Days, a memoir. It came out yesterday, the 23rd. AOC campaigned very hard for VP Harris. But yes, like I said, when you guys didn't see it when I started this stream, at the end of President Biden and VP Harris's presidential campaign, I had $70-some thousand plus of debt wiped free clean. That's like a $70,000 tax break or better because it helped your credit. $70,000 plus in debt wiped clean. While I was in Texas, in Houston, the same city that Jasmine Crockett lives in, fighting for my disability or retirement, however you want to call it. I got the largest check that I ever got in my life. That's what I'm saying. So I'm saying, like, I'm a simp for these people, but these are politicians, just like I come on here and say Cindy Hyde-Smith. She's a Republican senator from the state of Mississippi. Cindy Hyde-Smith her office has done a lot for me. So is Thad Cochran, who's a Republican senator from the state of Mississippi. That's not me simping for them politicians. Now you could say AOC, Ghost, what has AOC done for? I'm in New York. I just got to New York. You know what I'm saying? If she's a state or federal congressperson, but she represents a constituency in a state I never even visited until 7 days ago. But what I'm saying is her track record to me, it looks like VP Harris' track record, and it looked like Jasmine's track record. She fights for the people. I gave you guys an hour and 23 minutes, her in her own words and news stories, and my argument, which I feel like I delivered eloquently on how AOC fights for the people. That's my take. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Miss Janetta. She says, have a blessed day, Ghostwriter. I appreciate it. Thank you, sweetheart. That's my take, guys. You too, Janetta. Have a fantastic day. That's my take. That I believe that she fights for the people. I see somebody in here look like somebody coming in here with a fake pseudonym, and I hate that name. I can't even say that name that you use, but you can say it however you want to say it, bro. That has absolutely nothing to do with what I'm saying. I think female politicians, in my opinion, a lot of them are better than male politicians. They have like a mom quality, a mother quality. Caretakers of the people. That's what I seen from VP Harris. That's what I seen from Cindy Hodge Smith. That's what I seen from AOC. That's what I seen from Jasmine Crockett. Caretakers of the people. They're caretakers. Because you guys don't recognize this, or because you guys don't understand this, or because you guys don't see this, that's on y'all. But don't come in here and just say that I love whatever, because I'm seeing things in these female politicians that I'm not seeing in the males. Or I'm seeing them in these females I'm not seeing in the other females either. Yeah, that's my team. I got a team, man, in Congress. AOC and Jasmine, man, that's my peoples. Real talk. Outside of Congress, the ACLU, that's my peoples. You know what I'm saying? And then VP Harris, former presidents or vice presidents, VP Harris, that's my baby. You feel me? I love other politicians too, don't get me wrong, but I'm saying those are the ones that I'm connected the closest, the most with. I'm sorry. I got mad love for Big President T. Mad love. I got mad love. I'm in New York. I'm saying that in New York. I'm going to say that in New York City, boy. This ghostwriter. You feel me? I got mad love for Gavin Newsom. I never been to Cali. It's coming soon. You know what I'm saying? His politics, I've heard good and bad about his politics. But I think he's a fighter, man. I think he got a strong personality. I think he got what it takes, man, to win a Democratic nomination. That's just facts. It's just what I believe. But you know, I never been in state, but I think he a cool dude, man. You know, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's a lot of people that I got love for, but those are the ones I'm locked in with the most. The ones I follow the most, man. I got mad love for Jasmine Crockett. That's my baby. I'm locked in. AOC, I'm here now. I'm locked in, baby girl. You know what I'm saying? I see you. I see what you're doing. I got mad love for you. And of course, VP Harris. You know, it's a chance that AOC and VP Harris both run for president. And Gavin Newsom. And Governor Shapiro. Yeah, I got a lot of love for a lot of Democrats. That don't mean nothing. I got love for Ted Cruz, too. I got love for President Trump. I could start calling Republicans names I got love for. Marco Rubio, Pete Hegseth. Bro, I'm saying I'm an independent. I got people from both parties that I like. You know what I'm saying? Jamie Shell, I appreciate your kind words. You saying I could do better than AOC. I mean, unless you know something about her, I don't. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I have the temperament to serve the people. That's number one. Number two, like, I don't know why you would compare me with her, but I am completely satisfied, or would be completely satisfied, with AOC as a congressperson, as a senator, or AOC as a president as well. Completely satisfied. I believe AOC, like I said, I think that she for the people. I really believe that. That's my heart. I believe she is for the people. That's what I believe. I think she fights for the people's rights. She's extremely popular. She's like a rock star politician, bro. Everybody knows her. She would do like unbelievably tremendous job with the youth vote and the young voters and the young people. You know what I'm saying? AOC is a very viable candidate for president. And if not president, she would make a much better leader than Chuck Schumer. And I don't care what nobody say about how LinkedIn or whatever Chuck Schumer is. He could be LinkedIn as he wants to. He's not voting. And AOC is more LinkedIn with the voters than Chuck Schumer could ever dream to be. Or anybody Chuck Schumer is LinkedIn with can dream to be. So that being said, yeah, I think if AOC wanted to, she could take his spot in the Senate. It'll be a little bit tougher for her to get the Democratic nomination. You know what I'm saying? But I think if she don't get the nomination, she'll at least be on that ticket. She has too much power. She has too much fundraising power, too much name recognition. She has too much everything, bruh. Most definitely. And that's just how I feel, guys. Guys, I've been streaming for an hour and a half, man. I ask if you guys have not liked the video, you'll go ahead and double tap the screen for me, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you guys hit that notification bell. Also, guys, I have to tell you guys about the donations. We have to pay the bills. Super chat, super thanks, super stickers. They all start at 99 cents, guys. If you guys want to donate to the channel, if you guys want to start a conversation, or if you guys you know what I'm saying, you just want to super chat, super thanks, super stickers, like I said, the button below with the $ in it, all of your donations are much appreciated. It don't matter how small they are. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, like AOC, I'm pretty much dependent on you guys, small dollar donations. You know what I'm saying? That being said, man, like I said, I'm out here on the in the Appalachian Mountains. You know what I'm saying? In upstate New York, out by one of the Finger Lakes. I did this yesterday. I did this to start the stream, and I'm going to do this today to end the stream, bro. It's just so gorgeous out here, man. You know what I'm saying? It's lakeside, man. I do this for all of my nature lovers. For you guys who do not know, when I started Legal Wars Live, it was We the People. We the People. Live with Memories Travel, and I started that in August of 2020. And basically, I had a traveling job, so for about a year, I would go from waterfall to waterfall all over the country bringing content. You know what I'm saying? That ended, so for about 4 years, you know what I'm saying, 3 years, I was quiet. Last year in August or September, I picked the phone up, said I was going to start doing political content. I had won an appeal in the U.S. Court of Appeals as a litigator. I felt like I had to come tell my story. I started doing political content covering VP Harris. That's why I'm so fond of her. And again, she has a memoir. She has a book out today. For everyone who's seeing this now, if you see this later, it came out yesterday, actually on the 23rd, you know what I'm saying, about the first 107 days. But I started covering VP Harris, man, started doing political content. When I was doing the political content, I never knew I was going to do all the touring I did this year, but I knew I wanted to tour, and I wanted to bring my viewers, you know what I'm saying, content, great political news and analysis, hit the ground, do interviews, and bring you content from the most gorgeous locations all over the world. And I did say the world, because I know we've been in America, but we ain't finished yet. This is our first year. So guys, today, tomorrow, and Friday, I'm not sure if we're gonna stream on Saturday, but if we stream on Saturday, it's gonna be just like a fan appreciation stream. The scheduled streams for this week is today, Thursday and Friday at 7:30 a.m. Eastern. And then the vlog to end the upstate New York tour. The vlog comes out on next Tuesday, on Thursday, okay? So we got Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday out here at this park left. The vlog comes out on Tuesday. We might stream on Saturday, you know what I'm saying? But after Friday of this week, this would be the last of the streaming. So you guys might not see me now until we get to Connecticut or Massachusetts, and that might be late next week. You know what I'm saying? So after this week streaming, next week the vlog, we're going to be kind of quiet to start October coming in, and then we'll kick it back into gear. Usually when I go to a new location, you know what I'm saying, I'm trying to stream every day if I can. You know what I'm saying? I'm out here, baby, spending this money trying to bring you guys this great content. And like I said, man, I ain't getting no donations from nobody for you guys. So if you guys want to donate right now, hit that button below with the $ in it. All your love is much appreciated. Appalachian Mountain, Finger Lakes, man. It's foggy out there, but it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I thank you guys for your love and support. Guys, y'all view of the lake isn't that good right here, holding the camera like that. But when I tilt it down just a little bit, it's so beautiful out here, guys. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely gorgeous, man. So this year, this is the second tour that I've been on this year. The first tour was the Texas tour. It was from December the 30th till about March the 25th. It was over 80 days. Then I tell people all the time I went back to Biloxi for 3 months. I went to North Carolina during that time too for about a week. July 15th started tour number 2, the We the People tour. That's the current tour that I'm on, man. I started in Tennessee for about 20 days, went to Illinois, finished in Chicago for about 4 days, then went on to Indiana, Notre Dame, Indiana National Park, fell off in Michigan, man, for about 34 days, spent about 10 days on Lake Michigan, then went to Portage, Michigan, out by Kalamazoo, Western Michigan University, man, spent some time out there, man, probably close to 3 weeks or so. And then after that, man, I kept pushing, man. I pushed across to Ann Arbor, University of Michigan, to Detroit. You know what I'm saying? I kept pushing, pushed on to Cleveland, Ohio. You know what I'm saying? And then we stopped again in Erie, Pennsylvania. Erie, Pennsylvania, baby. So gorgeous out there. We the People number 6 is uploaded on YouTube. That was in Erie, Pennsylvania. You know what I'm saying? Remembering Charlie Kirk. And then from Erie, Pennsylvania, went to Jamestown, New York, and I started the upstate New York tour. And from Jamestown, I've been out here at the Finger Lakes. They're pretty much in the middle of upstate New York, in the middle, is south of Buffalo and south of Syracuse, probably about 80 some miles south of Syracuse. You know what I'm saying? But out here by Cornell University at the Finger Lakes in New York. So gorgeous up here, man. It's the Appalachian Mountains y'all see across the lake over there. You know what I'm saying? Y'all see the clouds or the fog on top of the mountains. The lake out here, the Finger Lakes, man, is beautiful. You know what I'm saying? That's what this is about to me. You know, everybody don't understand this. Laura, I see you, baby, and you said that about the spammer. This is what I'm going to do, Laura. I'm going to go ahead and add you as a channel moderator and let you do that. Make sure, Laura, you didn't hit the notification bell so you can come in the stream every time we go live. But, man, yeah, man, out here in the beautiful, beautiful, man. Y'all see that, huh? How gorgeous that is, man. That's so beautiful. You know, man, like starting the channel as a travel channel, you know what I'm saying? That's where I wanted to go with this. I wanted to do traveling, of course. You know what I'm saying? Live with memories, travel. Starting the channel as a travel channel, it didn't work out. You know, I stopped going to waterfalls. I stopped doing all of that stuff. But when I came back, I was doing politics. You know, I had won the appeal in the U.S. Court of Appeals, so everything we were doing from that point was politics. You know, my mentality, my thoughts were that I was going to do something to do with the law, but because of a presidential election, I wanted to get the channel monetized. I told myself, I said, man, we're going to do politics because I know we could get monetized if we do politics. You know, I had a degree. Well, I didn't have a degree, but I took political science at the University of Southern Mississippi up to 400 level classes. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I started doing Legal Wars Live. But when I started doing Legal Wars Live, I told myself, because of how we started with the traveling, that I wanted to incorporate. I never seen anyone do this. I wanted to incorporate that into the politics. Okay? That's what I wanted to incorporate into politics. So while I'm talking politics, I'm still doing the traveling. You know what I'm saying? It's like I brought back Live with Memories travel. So while I'm doing politics, I'm still incorporating, while I'm traveling across America, beautiful scenery. I'm talking to the people about the political issues. You know, you guys, like I said, go watch We the People. Those are the video vlogs that I put up, starting to promote them, getting people to get into them and watch them organically. You know what I'm saying? I haven't went to Google yet, which I will do in the end to pay for promotion, to push the videos. You know what I'm saying? But right now, I'm just doing it organically, word of mouth, just myself. Like I said, man, I'm not getting no donations, guys. But most people who are doing this, most people who get the attention and the views that I get, they already have a humongous, gigantic studio. They have somebody with a lot of money who's dumping hundreds of thousands, if not millions, into them giving you a voice like this. You know what I'm saying? I don't have none of that. Somebody said George Soros earlier, bro. I heard that all the time, like VP Harris. Like I said, I did get $70,000 of debt thrown in the trash can. I did get the largest check I ever got in my lifetime from the U.S. Treasury. You see what I'm saying? So I can say that I can show love to some politicians whose policies, or who in some cases might have made phone calls, a couple of phone calls to help me improve my life. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying overall, what you guys are talking about, I'm not getting no money from nobody, bro. I'm doing this all myself. All of this is me. Coming straight from my pocket, man. You know what I'm saying? Out here trying to show some love to the people, man. Bringing y'all great political content, like I said, man. You know what I'm saying? The analysis you guys see for yourself. And at the same time, at 45, I'm doing what I love. I'm visiting states I never visited before, you know, and, you know, I'm bringing the content to you guys as well. And I'm litigating my cases. You know, I'm still litigating my cases right now. So, man, that's pretty much what I got to say, man. I appreciate all the love and the support from the people. Man, I've been streaming for about an hour and 45 minutes. We do the extra long streams. You know what I'm saying? Whenever people donate, man, I stream for 4 or 5 hours. You know what I'm saying? But today, we hadn't got any donations, but it's all good though. I appreciate the people coming in and supporting the new channel, the members we are, the new moderators we added to the channel. Man, I want to salute Anu. She's one of my channel members, man. She come in here, she donate all the time. She added 15 members to the channel this month, so we up to 22 members this month. I want to salute Anu. I want to salute my boy Colin, Angelo, my boy Brian, my boy Patrick, man, all of my channel members, man. I don't want to be like I be forgetting people, but all the people who recognize that I be speaking truth, man, and they be riding with me, you know what I'm saying? So the political temperature in America, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, it was getting, a little bit heated. A lot of people was tapping in and tuning in. But, Charlie Kirk, we put him to, we buried Charlie Kirk. And I think overall, hopefully, I'm praying that we could bring down the temperature a little bit. And in the meantime, I think people are getting back to their regular lives and they're not as tapped in with politics. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to still keep doing what we're doing, man. We're going to bring in the news to the people. You know what I'm saying? Unfiltered, just straight truth network. And that's what I do. Like I said, I appreciate all the people that support me. Before I get out of here, I got to tell you this, you guys, this, I'm a Christian, man. You know what I'm saying? I believe in Jesus, man. That's just my beliefs, man. I believe that Jesus died on the cross for our sins as a sacrifice. I believe Jesus paid a payment for us so we could go free. That's what I believe, man. You know what I'm saying? I've dealt with depression and anxiety in my lifetime. I still have bouts and battles with it. Anytime I get in a situation that's bigger than me, man, I turn my attention and I give that whole situation, that whole scenario, I give it to God, man. How I say it, man, is I put it at that problem at the feet of Jesus, man. That's how I do. How you do that, ghostwriter? I get on my knees and I pray. And I ask God to help me. And when I get up from praying for him to help me in that situation, I let it go, man. And I believe that he will help me, man. But you have to get a relationship with God first before you could do that. And I got a relationship with him by praying and asking him to forgive me of my sins, to save my soul from hell. I believe that Jesus suffered, bled, and died on the cross for my sins. I believe his death pays a penalty. It pays the price. He paid the price for my sins. He paid the pardon for my sins. Because of that, I am thankful. Every day I wake up in a state of thanksgiving, man. I wake up every day thanking God for what I do or what I don't have. I thank him for what he has allowed me to overcome. I thank him for what I might have or will have in the future. You know what I'm saying? I think if you're thankful, if you're in a place of thankfulness, that what you have will multiply. It'll bring you more. Just having that mentality, that mindset. You know what I'm saying? And every day I wake up, man. Every single day I wake up, every time I come on this live stream, I try to say this in this live stream to help you guys out. This is the day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. What that means is that regardless, look outside, y'all. It's not sunny. I mean, it's beautiful out here, especially to me, but it's not sunny, man. You know what I'm saying? It's always something that we could complain about. Something could always be better. You know what I'm saying? I could be out here with $1 million. You know what I'm saying? Or I could meet my future wife out here. There's always something that I could say that make me be out in life. Anything, anywhere you at in life, there's always something that could make your situation better. Always. Always. But you got to be thankful. You got to train yourself to be thankful, man, and just go from where you at and fight for more and try to get more, man. Try to achieve more, man. So that's what I got, man. Let's see. Laura says, how do I afford to go on tour? I guess she's asking me that because I told her that no one's giving me donations. Laura, I'm paying for this out of my own pocket. You know what I'm saying? And I halfway can afford it. But, I had legal cases. So, I had to move around. And while I was moving around, I said I might as well incorporate the moving around into Legal Wars Live, and invest the money into this aspect of my business, Ameliorate Legal, while I work through those cases. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm out here, how I'm out here. But still, while I'm out here, man, you know what I'm saying? Every penny, every nickel, every dollar that they give me to help me, man, it helps. You know what I'm saying? So don't feel like, you don't have a big enough donation. 99 cents, $1.99, $4.99, $499. You know what I'm saying? I can't wait to get that first donation. I've never got a $100 donation on a live stream before. You know what I'm saying? I made $161, I think is the most that I've made on a live stream, but I've never got $100 donation, man, on a live stream. I just think it's so cool, man. I want to appeal in the U.S. Court of Appeals, and I decided to come out here and tell my story. And I've been out here ever since, man. You know what I'm saying? So this is the day the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. I love every single last one of them. SFL says you can make money working. Sir, I own a business. First of all, I'm disabled. I'm a disabled veteran. So a team of doctors in the state of Texas for the second time in my life decided, I said a team of doctors decided that I could not work. So I can't work. Is there anything else, SFL? I'll stay on here for you if you're going to talk about that. A team of doctors in the state of Texas said that I cannot work. You said, let me say it for you one more time so you can understand. A team of doctors in the state of Texas said that I cannot work. Ain't no phone work, ain't no this work, don't know that work. Like you asking a disabled person to work is almost enough to get you some charges or get you a lawsuit. That is real close to discrimination. That's like you asking, no, I'm being cool. I'm trying to school you on some stuff so you don't go out there and disrespect somebody or hurt somebody with your language. You know what I'm saying? I'm a disabled veteran. A team of doctors said I cannot work. That's not going to change. That's what that is. I filed 21 lawsuits and counting over that situation, and I'm going to keep filing them on repeat. I cannot work. That's what that is. Ain't nothing gonna change that. I did it for 27 years. Oh nah, bro, you cool. It's okay. And I'm saying you didn't know my issues, but yeah, I'm a disabled veteran. You see what I'm saying? That's not the first time a team of doctors in Mississippi said I couldn't work 15 years ago. So in 2025, a team of doctors in Texas said that I can't work. I have a disability. I'm a disabled veteran. So I own a business filing lawsuits. That's what I do. You know what I'm saying? And while I own a business filing lawsuits, as I said, I come on here, and I tell my story. I'm a justice fighter, fighting for justice. I own a business, if you want to know, Ameliorate Legal, LLC. The link is in the bio on this channel. You could just go hit the link and you could go Google the business, look up the business, whatever the business. So I have cases. And with my business, over the last 12 months, I made more money times 10 than I ever did punching the clock. So what I'm doing right now is what I'm going to be doing for the rest of my life. There's no negotiations. There's no talking about it. Point blank, period. Whatever situation I'm in, I'm going to have to work myself out of this situation by filing lawsuits and by being disabled, going to college. I mean, it isn't the first time I did it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying when them lawsuits pay, they pay pretty well, but it just takes some time for them to pay. And until they pay, I'm just in this situation, man. But I'm not crying or I'm not hurting. I'm thankful, man. I'm seeing parts of the country that I never would have seen before. And I'm out here handling my business. You know what I'm saying? SFL said, help the vets for sure. Trump's gonna Trump is giving the rich, taking from our vets, man. That's what people are saying. You know, if you have a president and this guy is your president and he's been president for 8 years, and I'm saying, like, I'm looking at my life and the situations in my life, and I'm trying to see, or how is it improving, or how are the policies helping me personally? Like I said, when VP Harris was president, I got $70,000 wiped out. Right before, President Trump came in, I got the money from the U.S. Treasury, but I don't know if his administration did that. That's why I give a lot of credit to Jasmine Crockett and the Texas Democrats and others who were helping me, like, during that process. You see what I'm saying? But I'm saying it's just whether or not that politician, whether their policies help you or not, whether or not they help me or not, I got my cases, bro. I'm going to be okay. I'm not destitute. I'm not down bad. It ain't nothing like that. I got a big family. I got a bunch of people that love me, and I got cases. I'm finna go work on one right now. I'm going to be okay one way or the other, bro. That's not what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? So I want y'all to understand what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying, like, I can't work. I'm a disabled veteran. SFL, I appreciate it, man. That's my time, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got to get out of here, man. I think I came in, I gave y'all the content. Exactly 1 hour and 58 minutes since I've been streaming. So I'm going to finish right before 2 hours, man. We'll be live again in the morning, 7:30 a.m. Eastern time. We're going to be breaking down and dissecting President Trump's speech he gave to the United Nations yesterday. So make sure y'all come in, y'all tap in, man. Like I said, I'm out, man. I love y'all, man. I appreciate you guys' support, man. I'll see y'all in the morning, 7:30 a.m. Eastern time. Until that time, man, y'all be good, man. Talk to y'all then.